It's a very risky business, and we found by doing that style of prospect generation and joint venturing, it really mitigates the risk. It brings other people in to take on the risk.
Hi, this is David Morgan with you with StockPulse, and I have Mr. Termuende with me with Eagle Plains. And we're going to talk about your company today. Why don't you give us a little bit of corporate history?
Sure. Eagle Plains has been around for almost 25 years as a publicly trading company. It was founded by my father and I in '92 and went public on what was then the Alberta Stock Exchange in '95. We've been around a long time. We're a project generator, prospect generator type of company, which means that we are sort of the ground floor of the exploration spectrum. We identify areas, stake claims ourselves. We have a very low entry fee to our costs of acquisitions. And we add value over the years on these projects by adding geological expertise, adding funding to get projects moving, and ultimately our goal is to bring in partners to help finance these projects to advance them down the pipeline to production someday, hopefully. We've had success in the past with a couple of our projects that sort of took off. We had a spin out that we did a few years ago called Copper Canyon Resources. That the Copper Canyon property, our acquisition costs were about $10,000, and a few years later we sold that project, that company, for about $65 million to NovaGold. So we've got a proven track record, our management team. We've done well over the years, and everybody in this business is kind of looking for a 10-bagger. We've done it about 4 times in the last 10 or 15 years. So we're actually overdue for another one of those. So I'm hopeful that we can deliver again.
So let me give you a little feedback. But as a prospect generator, you don't run out of the barrel. In other words, you have prospects coming continually, which is a great business model. It's not like one project hit or miss.
It's a very risky business, and we found by doing that style of prospect generation and joint venturing, it really mitigates the risk. It brings other people in to take on the risk. I mean, at the start, we have to spend probably $100,000 to sort of prove up a project, and we've got about 50 projects in our stable right now. So we ideally would like to have 50 partners. We're always looking for partners. That's why we're at these shows. That's why we do what we do. But back in 2011, I guess, our model was in hyperdrive. We had 24 projects going at once with 24 partners. We had about $10 million in exploration on our projects that one year, and from our treasury, we'd only sort of put in about 500,000 of our own to get 10 million in exploration. So it's a proven model. It works. It's a way of spreading the risk around, but also by getting other partners into specific projects, then they can focus on that one project. They market it to their shareholders, and we get the benefit of that too. So it just spreads it around.
Let's do a corporate snapshot right now. Where are you at cash-wise?
We've got about $5.5 million in cash and short-term securities. We've got 90 million shares out. Again, over all the years, we've never rolled back, which we're very proud of, and we don't intend to at any time. So our shareholders are whole, basically. And we trade, Eagle Plains trades roughly 8 to 10 cents right now a share, but if you had held on to all your spin-out shares over the years, your effective value is about 60 cents a share right now. Okay. So again, it's a value creator, basically.
So let's talk about the spin-out of Taiga Gold that's happened recently.
Okay, well, we find, again, we've got a basket of projects, various different commodities, and because we have so many, there's so much sort of background noise of stuff we're doing. So if we get a project that takes off, that sort of takes a life of its own, or has a particular value that makes it more valuable than the rest of the projects, we spin it out into a separate company. And by doing that spin out, it helps shareholders focus on this one main project now instead of the 50 other ones we have. Lets them focus on this. So we had a project in Saskatchewan called the Fisher Project, which is right adjacent to SSR Mining, formerly Silver Standard Resources, adjacent to the Santoy deposit, the CB Santoy deposit. And soon after Silver Standard took out Claude Resources, remember a couple of years ago, it was about a $500 million deal. Soon after they completed that, they came to us to option the Fisher property office, because the geology of Fisher is virtually identical to the geology of the CB and Santoy deposits that they're mining right now, and we are right beside it. So we're providing for them exploration blue sky to provide mill feed for their existing operation right now. From what I understand, the CB mine, CB Santoy complex has about 5 or 6 years of ore outlined right now, which is not a long runway for a big operation like that. So they are quite aggressively doing exploration. We did a deal with SSR now on the Fisher property. It's a very good deal. They've got to spend $4 million and give us $3.3 million in cash to earn up to 80% on the property. So with that underway, we decided to separate that Fisher property. So we created a shell called Taiga Gold and put the Fisher property and a couple neighboring projects in that. So it allows shareholders to focus on that particular geographic area, on that particular project, and hopefully, forward-looking, of course, but we would like to see someday SSR take out Taiga, and we've made it very easy for them to do that. If they want the Fisher property, if they get very good exploration success, it'll be very easy for them just to acquire the property. And by doing that, that gives our shareholders essentially instant liquidity. They would get SSR shares and easy liquidity and value.
Well, forward-looking, and maybe can't even answer, but on that Fisher project, based on basically no drilling yet, I suppose.
They're drilling right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the upside possibility? I know it's forward-looking, but I mean, SSR is going to want like another 5 years of feed for their
absolutely.
For the
They currently have measured and indicated and proven and probable of about 1 million ounces, give or take. The CB deposit, which is mined out, was about 800,000 ounces. The Santoy is similar. So they're targeting sort of 1 million ounce size bodies there. And again, the Santoy shear that they're currently mining on their property comes right down into the Fisher property for about 8 kilometers that they know for sure. So there's strike length, the right geology is there. And our property boundary is only a 1.5 kilometers from their actual deposit. So we're very close. We're very close. And that's why their first order of business after getting closed was to talk to us. And so, yeah, this year they're just wrapping up about a 15,000 meter drill program. This is all funded by them. So again, as part of our model, we spend the seed money, we let other people come in to do the heavy lifting, and they're doing that right now.
Well, I think you've covered it fairly well. Is there anything that we should discuss that we haven't discussed on Taiga Gold and the Fisher project?
I don't think so. I mean, our fingers are crossed. This is a very risky business. We spread the risk around, but every now and then, again, as we proved with Copper Canyon, a small investment for us and our shareholders can reap huge rewards with the truth machine when the drill comes in and the bullshit stops and
maybe time frame. And I know I can't hold you to it, but these things almost always take longer than projected. But what's your time frame?
Well, the deal we have with them is a 5-year earn-in. They have up to 5 years before a joint venture is formed with them. It'll either be a 60-40 joint venture or an 80-20. But I would say there could be a year or two, but again, if they hit big on something, that all might accelerate quite quickly.
Sure.
It would come down
go back
to
the truth meter. All of a sudden, you're hitting something really worthwhile. Probably accelerate the time frame.
And they will also, as a big company, they'll want to show ounces on their books, and if it makes sense, they'll want to show 100% of those ounces rather than 60% of them or 80% of them. So, again, it all comes down to success at the drill bit, but. I think with the proximity we have to where they're mining, with the right geology, their exploration team is top notch. The guys that are exploring the Fisher property are actually mining underground at Santoy, and they know what they're looking for. They're doing a much better job of it because of their experience than I think anybody on the planet could do. So we're very happy with their work, and again, it's fingers crossed. That's the way this business works.
All right. Well, congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
Good luck with the Eagle plans going forward.
Thank you very much. All right.